again, I'm Richard Morecroft, and welcome to Letters and Numbers, where our contestants are padded up and ready to face some fast-paced puzzles, hoping to knock one for 6, or maybe even a 9. So let's give a Mexican wave to our alphanumeric test team. First of all, the maths marvel who never drops a calculation, Lily Serna. Oh, you're a one-person Mexican wave, Lily.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean you're a big cricket fan?
Come see, come sir. Are you?
Well, I think my cricket career was very short and very early. I did actually once take a hat-trick. Unfortunately, I was only 9 years old at the time, and nothing much has happened since then.
Peaked a little early.
Peaked a little early. So I think we'll stick with the present career for the time being. Welcome, Lily.
Thank you.
And a man who really knows how to spin a word, David Astle. Now, no Mexican wave from you, but you probably know where it came from.
I do, in fact, and it's the reference is football. That is football, the round ball code. The Mexican World Cup in 1968 is where it was first performed on a large scale. But amazingly, I have read that a writer called Gavin Praetor-Pinney, an English writer, he studied Mexican waves and worked out that most Mexican waves in the southern hemisphere are anti-clockwise, and most in the northern are clockwise. Would you believe that?
You're kidding. So a little bit like, water goes down the plug one way above and below the equator, but it can't be to do with the same thing. What makes the difference?
Probably on which side of the road we drive. That's the possible theory, but it is bizarre to think that if we did a Mexican wave now, it would probably come around from you to me.
Well, maybe later in the game. Welcome, David.
Thank you.
And stepping up to the crease, our two contestants tonight. Firstly, back for his 5th appearance is our carryover champion, Greg Beers, who held on to his crown last night after a nail-biting finish. Hello, Greg.
Hello, Richard.
Now, we've been hearing a little over the nights about your travel to slightly remote places in four-wheel drive vehicles. Where has been the wildest and most remote spot?
One that springs to mind is the Karangi track, which is up in the top end, and we drove on that one day, and going over rocky riverbeds and through grass over 1 metre high at times, and finally got to the end and looked around and saw the sign that said track closed. Great time.
Well, good luck tonight. Great to have you back one more time.
Thank you.
And challenging Greg this evening is Rob Hunt, a web developer and scuba diving instructor. Hello, Rob.
Hi, Richard.
Now, there is a combination, web development and scuba instruction. How did you balance the two?
Well, I worked as a scuba diving instructor for quite a few years, and there's no better occupation in the world, I think, than swimming around underwater. But it's a lifestyle choice. You don't make that much money out of it. So I then progressed on to web design after that.
Well, great to have you on the show tonight. Good luck.
Thank you.
So, please give a big inflatable hand to our contestants, Greg Beers and Rob Hunt. Let's get cracking with our first letters game for the night. And, Greg, do you want to bowl the first ball?
Okay, thank you. Hi, Lily.
Hi, Greg.
Can I have a vowel, please?
You can. Let's start with O's.
And another vowel?
I.
And a third vowel, please?
O.
A consonant?
B.
And another consonant?
C.
I'll try another vowel.
E.
And a consonant.
S.
Another consonant.
R.
And one more consonant, please.
And last letter M.
Thanks, Lily. First clock of the night. How did you go with those first letters, Greg?
7.
Very nice start. What about you, Rob?
Just a 6.
Let's start with that.
Crimes.
And yours, Greg?
Boomers.
Well, either kangaroos or people from a certain generation.
Boomers, something large, a large surfing wave, a popular party, mature male Eastern grey, baby boomer. It has 6 meanings. So boomers is fine for 7, and microbes, a journey start, for 8.
Very nice work indeed, and a great start for Greg, 7 points. Let's roll on with the letters, and Rob, it's your first selection on the show.
I'd like to start with a consonant, please.
Certainly. J.
And a vowel.
I.
Consonant.
R.
And another consonant.
D.
And another consonant, please.
R.
And a vowel.
O.
Another vowel.
E.
Consonant.
S.
And one final consonant, please.
And lastly, T.
And here's 30 seconds. Well, how did you go with those letters, Rob?
I'm going to try a risky 7.
Okay, that sounds good. Greg?
I'll stay with the safe 6.
Let's start with that safe 6 then.
Stored.
And your risky 7?
Strider.
Strider, David, and I presume we're not talking Lord of the Rings here.
No, well, let's have a look. Stride, obviously, to pace with long steps. And strider is acknowledged as a run on entry. Well done. A risk that has paid off, Rob. A good 7. And so is joisted. Nice to use that J, meaning supported with other timber.
Nice building term. But great work there from Rob, 7 points. With the scores equal, let's launch into our first numbers game for the night. And Greg, you to pick, please.
Okay, thank you. Can I have 2 large numbers and 4 small ones, please?
Thanks, Greg. 2 large, 4 small. And starting with the smalls, 4, 10, 3, 7. And the 2 large, 25 and 50. And the target number is 570.
Thanks, Lily. 30 seconds to get there. Well, I think it was just a quiet, peaceful place with not a lot of activity going on over there. It was a pretty easy start. So, Rob, how did you go?
570, yeah.
570 for you, Greg, as well?
570, yes.
Okay, well, Rob, if you could just tell us how you got there.
No problem. I started with 50 plus 7
50 plus 7,
equals 57.
57.
And then multiply that by 10 and you have 570.
By 10 is 570.
And Greg, same approach from you. Could you just formally verify that you did take the same approach?
He has indeed, yeah.
It doesn't get much more straightforward than that, does it, Lily?
Nope. David was talking about acronyms the other day. KISS, keep it simple, stupid.
Absolutely. And it worked well all round. It certainly worked well for Greg and Rob. 10 points each, so they're now level pegging on 17 all. We're moving to our first break. Your first word mix for tonight. It's give tent. The clue this time, a little tale of French origins. Back in a couple of minutes.